Hi friends, welcome back to Farm Girl Diaries. My name is Caitlin and today is one of my favorite days of the year. We are going on our annual plant buy-in trip and I could not be more excited. My girlfriend started inviting me on her annual flower buy-in trip 3 years, I think, no, 2 years ago. 2 years ago. And it's now a tradition and I love it. So we go about an hour and a half away to this massive, massive nursery where it has, I think, just about any plant you could ever want. Um, and they're really good prices. And so this is where I typically buy all of my plants for the year. Um, and this year I have quite a list. So I've been keeping a list for about 6 months now of all the plants I wanted to remember to get. I've modified that list slightly, but the list is finalized. So I'm going to go off some of the things that I need on the list. We're going to see if I get what is on my list, see if I stick to the list, and go from there. So one of the things that I really wanted is I wanted a wisteria. That's been on the list for 6 months. I built a new really crappy arch down in the garden. I have a chair sitting underneath of it. But I'm like, once the wisteria covers it, my handy skills, which are not that handy, it'll hide all the flaws and the wisteria will be gorgeous. So a couple years ago, I bought a wisteria for my mom, and this year we had to trim it because it was getting too long for where she has it. So I thought, you know what? I'm gonna come put him in a little thing of water and see what they do. Well, these were just sticks, and it's only been about 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks since we cut them. They are clearly growing, and I have some blooms even opening up. Did they smell? No, not yet. So in water, they're doing great things. And then when I pull them out, they're getting long. Like this one here that is massively long was not this long when we cut it. But they're getting roots. I don't know if you can see that. Let me get this one. Here's probably a good one. You can see it looks like it's getting roots. So this is one thing that came off of the list. I'm hoping I don't regret it. I'm hoping it's growing roots because if I don't have to buy one because this would be a little expensive, that's fantastic. So that was the only big plant that is on my list. The rest of my list includes I need my peppers that didn't germinate this year. So those are my orange yummy peppers. They just didn't germinate. So I'm going to get probably 8 to 10 of those because they're my favorite peppers. Get them. I need my cherry tomatoes. I get a red and an orange. I need my zucchini because my zucchini seed was old. It didn't germinate. I want some 6-packs of like marigolds and impatiens. Those are the 2 things on my list. I need a lot of herbs. My rosemary died this year. My rosemary was like 3 to 4 years old and it died this year. And I was talking to other people that also have outside rosemary and it all died this year for all of us. This was a weird winter. This was a weird year in general. I know last year I struggled to get seeds, like brand new seeds to germinate in the ground. But then this winter, which I don't think was that cold, I lost my rosemary. I lost my sage. Now my sage is set off babies, and my babies are still alive, but the main sage is not. And I lost my chives. My chives was like 5 years old, and that completely died. So this was a very weird year. I don't really understand what happened, but I need to get some more of my herbs, rosemary, oregano, thyme, maybe some parsley and some chives. We'll see. Basil. I need a couple of different basils. So I have those on my list. But then the only other thing that's really on my list is I want to get some more medicinal herbs. So I know last year I saw they had a toothache plant and I talked myself out of it. And I regret talking myself out of a toothache plant. A toothache plant is a medicinal herb and it's for if you have a toothache, you can kind of chew on these leaves and it's supposed to provide some relief. I don't ever have toothaches, knock on wood, but I think it's cool to have. So I want to have a toothache plant. So I'm also going to go through, I know I want to get some lemon balm, but I want to go through their herbs and pick out some more medicinal herbs and get some more medicinal herbs for here on this homestead. Just because you never know when you might need something. So that I think is largely the main things on my list. I also want to check out their price of ferns, see if their ferns are reasonable for the front porch. But that's all that's on my list right now. So let's go. I'm going to take you guys along and see if we stick to this plan.
How much did you pay for that?
Hi friends, welcome back to Farm Girl Diaries. My name is Caitlin, and we are home from one of our most favorite days of the year. So I had a little outfit change before I left. I wore these bibs because I just got them delivered, and I'm obsessed with them. So I wore these, and I got tons of compliments on them. So that's why I look a little different. Um, but so it's a long day. I left at 8:30 in the morning when I picked up my mom and her best friend. And we got up there around 10:30, 11 o'clock, and it is 4:15 right now, and we just got home. It's an hour and a half drive up there after I pick up my mom and her friend, and it's a long day. It's a great day. It's a fun day. So this nursery has a whole bunch of different buildings. You have two buildings just for annuals. You have a building just for perennials, one building just for vegetables, one building for houseplants, and then a whole bunch of outside space for shrubberies and fruit bushes and trees. Literally anything you can ever want, they have. My mom has been wanting this bush called a sweet shrub for a while now. I had never heard of it, and no one else had ever heard of it that we were with. We talked to other people, no one else had ever heard of this bush. We go up there, we asked somebody, hey, do you have a sweet shrub? He took us right to it. So my mom was ecstatic to get her her bush that she wanted. But I wanted to show you all the things that I got. I got a lot. I don't feel like I got a lot, but I guess I did. So let's see how we go through because I don't feel like I got a lot. And then they're calling for rain. So I'm exhausted. I came home. I drove the whole way. I'm exhausted. And I thought there is nothing better. I haven't had a glass of wine in like over a month. I'm like, all I want to do is go home, have a glass of wine. Went and got some wine. So check. And then I want to get myself in the ground. And then they're calling for thunderstorms tonight, like this afternoon. Like I guess not this afternoon, this evening, like 8 o'clock. And that sounds fantastic. So this sounds like the most perfect day. Nursery, buy all the plants, come home, drink wine, and then have a great thunderstorm and get some plants hopefully in the ground to soak up this rain. So first thing first, I got two of my Boston ferns. These were great prices. They're huge. These were only $20 for these shrubs, for these bushes. And typically I used to pay only $16 for these bushes. That was like 8 years ago. Not bushes. I keep calling them bushes. Ferns. But that was like 8 years ago. I tried going to hanging baskets for my front porch. They're going to go on my front porch. I tried doing hanging baskets, and I didn't like the hanging baskets as much. They didn't really do as well. So I went back to ferns this year. So I'm excited to go back to a nice fern. So I might have a problem. We're ignoring that if I do. Okay, so we're going to start really quickly with one of the things I'm most excited for. So I really wanted to get a toothache plant this year. Last year they had a toothache plant. A toothache plant is a medicinal herb that you chew on if you have toothaches. I never have one. Like, I never had a toothache, knock on wood. But I think it still sounds really cool. And I really want to focus on getting a lot of medicinal herbs. Um, so they didn't have a toothache plant, and they honestly didn't have a ton of medicinal herbs that I don't already have. So I'm thinking maybe that's something that I spend this year in July. I need to sit down and order new seed. A lot of my seed is old and didn't grow this year, which is why a lot of this is vegetables that I had to buy. And so I'm thinking if I can sit down and kind of come up with what medicinal herbs I would like, then I could start them myself. Like the one plant they had there was mullein. They had a mullein plant, and that's great for lung health. Well, I have seed. I started seed this year and I messed it up. It was my fault. So I didn't want to buy the plant because I'm like, I can grow it myself. So what I decided to do is last year I got a bay tree. I don't think they had that this year either. I don't think I saw that, but I got a bay tree. So like a bay leaf. I got a tree. It's so cool. It's only about like yay big, right? But I think it's so cool. I don't know anyone else that has a bay tree. And so now when I want to use bay leaves, I just literally pick off of my tree. So that's really exciting. So I think I decided like every year I go to this nursery, I want to get something unique and special. So this is this year's unique and special item. And this, my friends, is an artichoke. I don't even know that I like artichokes. Like I like a nice spinach artichoke dip. Who doesn't? I don't even know that I like artichokes or even how to like process an artichoke. But this thing was $3.49. And I was like, you know what? I've seen Jazz at Roots and Refuge grow artichokes. They look so cool. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try. So we're gonna try to grow an artichoke. So now I am gonna do some research. I know Jess's. She was in Alabama and now she's in South Carolina. And her artichokes, I'm pretty sure, overwinter. I don't know that an artichoke will overwinter here. So I'm gonna do some research to see if I'm gonna put him in a pot to bring in. I don't really know. He might just be a this year plant, but I'm excited to have an artichoke. Like I've never grown one. And they put off really cool heads. So I am excited to have an artichoke. So we'll see how that does. So that's the first thing. That's not going to get planted today. I should have brought like a table to be close to me. Oh well, let's put it over here. And drink some more wine. My mom bought me this. This I've never seen before. This is called Virginia Winter Glut. And like, doesn't that just look so pretty? It's these tall, red, pink flowers. So pretty. So the leaves are really pretty, and this apparently can do well in sun and shade. So I'm gonna think about where I want to put him. I'm really excited for him. I think he's really cool. And then while I'm up, the other thing I got is I'm loving irises lately, and I'm really trying to gather as many different types of irises as I can. So last year I bought an iris. I'll put a picture in here to show you when it bloomed this year. And then this year I bought this iris. So this one has a yellow center to it. I've seen the purple ones with the white center, but I've never seen the purple one with the yellow center. So it's called Edith Wolford. So I bought myself a Miss Edith, and I'm so excited. So I'm just trying to gather. I want all of the irises. So I bought that puppy. Okay, so those are the only perennials I bought, I think. Let's go see what else I got, because I'm not quite sure what else I got. I bought some tomatoes. I didn't plan to buy these. These are Sun Sugar. I wanted my Sun Gold cherry tomatoes, but they didn't have them. They had these. They only had them in 4-packs, so I bought 4. I don't think I'm gonna plant all 4, but I bought them, and then I also bought a couple other tomatoes. God knows I don't need tomatoes. I did go to buy 2 cherry tomatoes. I wanted to buy a cherry tomato, a red cherry, and a Sun Gold. So that is the Sun Gold. It said it's supposed to be like super sweet, so we'll see. And then I bought a sugary called Sugary Cherry Grape Tomato. So they didn't have it, and they didn't have like a ton of tomato selection. The peppers I wanted to buy, they were completely sold out. They didn't have a single pepper. So I still need to go get my peppers that I want. But I got my grape cherry. So that was successful. And then I'm also very excited about this. So excited. I got an Abe Lincoln. This is an Abe Lincoln tomato. I heard it's fantastic. I have never grown this one or tried this one. So I am very excited to try an Abe Lincoln and see what I think. Trying to like get together the best variety of tomatoes. So the ones that are kind of like on the ones I need to decide about this year are the Bread and Salt and the Paul Robeson. I know I like the Paul Robeson, but I want to see if I can find even a better one. I don't know where the Bread and Salt lies, and I don't know where now the Abe Lincoln is going to lie. So we're going to do a tomato test. Tomato, what's it called? Tomato eat-in test. Taste test, that's the word. Tomato taste test this summer to decide what red, like beefy tomato do we like the best. We already know Cherokee Purples are my hands down favorite tomato. I love a nice Brandywine. So we're going to keep going. So we're going to do a taste test. So I'm really excited I found that Abe Lincoln. I always look when I go to nurseries and gardens to see if they have any tomato varieties that I don't have. And they had a ton that I didn't have, but also not a lot that I've ever heard of before. Like in the homestead community, I think most people's favorite vegetable is tomatoes because you can do so much with it. And so everyone talks about their most favorite tomato, like Mortgage Lifter has a great story. I really want to try that one. I want to try Abe Lincoln, Dr. Witchy's. So there's a ton of tomatoes I know of that are like high at my list to try. So I'm really, really excited that I found an Abe Lincoln. I got basil. I only got one. It has 2 basils in it. So we're probably gonna get some more basil here soon. None of my basil germinated this year. Basil is supposed to be so easy to start. I have never gotten it to grow. I've never gotten it to grow. So, and that's the whole way with all of my herbs. I get cilantro and dill every single time, no problems. And that's about the only herbs that I typically start from seed and can grow. I think it's largely user error, but things like tomatoes and peppers, for the most part, are even if you make mistakes, they still grow. Herbs, if you make mistakes, like you let them dry out for like a day, they don't grow. So I don't have the best success with herbs. So a lot of what I got here are herbs. So let's stick with that herb category right now. I did get some herbs for the herb garden. I wanted to get 2 thymes. This is an English thyme. I wanted to get 2 of these. I just got one. I think I might pick up another one later. We'll see. We'll see. These pots were only $2.99, but I felt like they were still a little small. So we'll see. And then I got a rosemary. Because my rosemary this year died for the first time ever. It was nice and big too. It died. I'm so upset about that. It was like 4 years old. So I'm gonna plant this in that pot. Because it's my rosemary pot. And I love it. I love it. And then this winter the rosemary is gonna come inside with me because I don't want my rosemary to die again. So I got rosemary and then I got my lemon balm. I bought lemon balm twice now and I've killed it both times. So I keep trying to put it in a pot and it does not like a pot. So I'm gonna put this in an area where this can go crazy and I'm not gonna be upset if it goes crazy. I'm gonna actually put it with my mint tea. And then it can kind of grow together. And my thought is I can make these together, like grab some mint, grab some lemon balm, steep them in some hot tea, add a little bit of honey, and have a drink. So I'm hopefully really going to enjoy that. That's my 3rd time buying it. So hopefully 3rd time is the charm. And it's died because of user error. I got some oregano. I got some Italian oregano. I haven't had oregano in my garden in a long time, and I don't know why, because I like oregano. So I'm excited to have that. I don't even honestly know what all I got. I was like, oh, I want this, so we're gonna do it. Bee balm. I bought bee balm. So I had bee balm before, and my mom did the same thing. My mom had a huge patch of bee balm, and it slowly died out. My bee balm patch was like lasted for like 2 years, and then it died out. So And you can buy it from seed. I started my last batch from seed. I completely forgot to order seeds this year, so I just picked up another bee balm. And this goes in the windmill garden, and I absolutely adore it. It puts off beautiful red flowers. Hummingbirds love it. I love it. And then it has great medicinal uses. I don't remember what at the moment. Let me see if the tag says. It doesn't say. But it has great medicinal uses. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure bee balm. Pretty sure bee balm is medicinal. Okay. Then I got St. John's wort. This is another one, hugely medicinal. I didn't even get it honestly for the flowers. The flowers are really pretty yellow flowers. I didn't even honestly get it for the flowers. I got it for the medicinal purpose. I don't have any dried St. John's wort. So I was like, you know what? Let's get a plant and go from there. So I think this is also going to go in the windmill garden. One of these days, not at this property, but I dream of having like a medicinal garden where it's just like the teas, St. John's wort, the bee balm, the lemon balm, you know, all that kind of stuff, that mullein, that is useful in medicine and stuff like that. So one day I'm going to have that. But for right now, I think this is just going to go in my windmill garden. And then in my windmill garden, I have thistle trying to take over everything. So I'm fine putting stuff in the windmill garden and letting it just kind of like do what it wants to do. I'm like, go, bite the thistle, beat the thistle back. And then I got this. This is a gorgeous English lavender platinum blonde. Let me come closer. I keep always like extend my arm and I don't think y'all can see it. Look how pretty. Stunning. Isn't that stunning? I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. So I tried to go lavender before, unsuccessfully. So I saw the original lavender and I'm like, nope, 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 nope. And then I saw this one and I'm obsessed. I just love the leaf color. So I'm like, you know what? Let's try again with the really pretty leaves. It smells so good. I have all the animals out. I just got home and it's getting dark quickly. Hope the rain holds off so we can plant. I do want everything to get watered in, but I would like to get it planted before it gets watered in. And we're not going to get everything done today, but just a little bit would be nice. This was a huge find. This is Gomphrena. And so the thing that kind of sucked, the two big things that I wanted this year that I did get are Gomphrena and Lisianthus. I have two Lisianthus. I bought two plants. I tried to start both of these. My Gomphrena did sprout. I can get Gomphrena to sprout and then it just like stalls. Doesn't keep growing. So I don't know if I'm starting it too late. Like I don't know what I'm doing. But Gomphrena puts off these beautiful little balls that they're just like this big. And in an arrangement, it just makes it so much more whimsical, I think. So I really wanted Gomphrena. And I really wanted a whole bunch of different varieties of color. So they only had the purple and the pink. I really wanted purple and white. The Lisianthus, they only had yellow. Yellow is the last color I would have picked. But I'm really hoping that this grows for me. I know Lisianthus is really temperamental, so I'm really hoping that that grows for me and gives me just, I'll take the yellow flowers. They're going to be gorgeous. If you don't know what Lisianthus is, I'll put a picture in here. They're stunning. I tried to start them. I bought seed. I tried to start them. It came with instructions. The instructions were very intimidated, and I tried and I failed. So I'm just going to buy my Lisianthus from now on. So I was kind of bummed that they didn't have more color varieties, but I'm not going to be upset about it. What I was not going to be upset about, and I changed my mind, were snapdragons. Now, you might ask yourself, Caitlin, snapdragons are super easy to start, and you have so many seeds. I do. I have so many snapdragon seeds, it's unreal. So I didn't start any snapdragons this year because last year my snapdragons perennialize. So my snaps normally come back. They actually never fully die back, and then come warm weather, they kick back up again. And so I had snaps in my raised bed, and they never die back. All winter they were still green. So when it was starting seed time, I'm like, I don't need to start any snaps because my snaps look great. And then it got warm and the snaps died. So I might have 2 snaps out there right now. These are Snapdragons. I might have 2. I might have none. So last minute, this was $2.99 for the 6-pack. I was just like, you know what? Buy them. I didn't have all these colors. I had yellow, I had pink, and I had white. So you know what? Buy snaps, because if you don't have snaps, you're going to be upset that you don't have snaps. So I did buy a pack, 6-pack for $2.99, and I'm upset that I had to buy that because I can start that myself. I have seed, but not everything goes according to plan. Okay, so let's put this stuff back in here, and then we have a couple more trays, and then I'm just going to kind of get it planted. I'm not going to bring you guys along for that because I don't think you really want to watch me plant, do you? That seems kind of weird. And I'm in such a hurry to try to get stuff in before the rain, but I'll bring you guys along when we do the next garden tour. So as soon as I get this stuff in the ground, maybe tomorrow we'll do a garden tour together and I'll show you everything. And then we have new stuff blooming. We have just some fun things happening. So we'll do the next garden tour. And then, for the vegetables, I think not the last, I got parsley. Oh, I got a parsley pack with only 3 parsley. I'm missing a parsley. That is sucky. Well, I don't need that much parsley anyway, but this one has 3 separate. Okay. Anyway, I got parsley too. And then I got all of my sweet potatoes. Oh, and I got my zucchini. Hold on. Okay, I'm missing my stuff. I got zucchini. I got 4 zucchinis. I only needed 3, but they only sold them in 4 packs this year. So 4 zucchini. And I bought all of my sweet potato starts. I buy my sweet potato starts from there because they just do so much better. These are Beauregard. I think last year I had 18 because they sold them in 6-packs last year. Now they only did 4-packs. But the 4-packs are cheaper than the 6-packs anyway. So I think a 4-pack was $1.99, a 6-pack was $2.99. So based on my math, if you had bought, I don't know, I can't do the math, but I think they were still cheaper. But I bought 4, 8, 12, 16 sweet potatoes. I think last year I did 18. So I think 16 is probably pretty good. So those are all of the vegetables that we got. And I'm upset that I had to buy as much as I did. But I'm hoping that, especially with these herbs, some of these herbs perennialize, and or I make a better habit in the fall, bringing it in and trying to overwinter it. Okay. The next thing I got is I have these purple spikes. And I have these big urns, like urn pots on the front porch that typically house a fern in them. They look great when they have ferns in them. They're big and gorgeous and beautiful. I didn't want to do a fern this year though. I feel like I have a lot of green going on. I want a different color on my front porch. Oh, it's spitting. I can feel the rain. Okay, well, I'm gonna need this rain to pass because I'm not stopping. So I got these spikes. So I have 2 urns or 2 pots. I'm gonna put a spike in each pot, and then I got these ones. I got these begonias to go with the spike. So I got pink ones and white ones, which I think, so I'm going to put the spike in the middle, put the pink and the white begonias around it, and then put Creep and Jenny to like trail down the side. I think that's going to be really pretty. So this is one of the things I think today I want to get the spike planted and I want to get the herbs planted. If I can get that much done today, I'll call it a good day. The dog's in the garage. She's not getting wet. I have the cat out, but the cat is in a carrier, so he's not getting wet. I think this is not supposed to be the storm. I think this is just a passing rain. But right now we're fine. We're just gonna ride it out. So I also got a 6-pack of, I got more. These are Impatiens. Everything looks kind of a little rough. it got hot back here with my cover on driving home. But I got impatiens. I have a pot out front. Impatiens do great in that pot. They last well into like December. So I got these impatiens for that pot. And then I got just some more begonias. These were a red and a white begonia, which I thought would look really cool in a pot for like 4th of July. And then I just got a typical normal red, white, and pink batch of begonias. Because you never go wrong with begonias. I didn't get any petunias because petunias I do start, and petunias I have a ton of. I have a ton of petunias. So I didn't get any petunias, which that was hard. I really wanted to buy my petunias, and I'm like, no, you don't need them. And I think the only other thing that I got is I got marigolds. So I got these really pretty. Let me come down and show you. They go really well together. So I don't know how I'm going to plant these, but I got these really pretty red and like white, well not white, red and yellow begonias. And then I got just pure gold. And then like an orange begonia. So I think these ones will go really well together. I always do at the corner of my patio. I always do a marigold. Not, I keep saying begonia. I mean marigold, obviously. Marigold. I do a marigold border right at the corner of the patio. And so I think I'm gonna put them there, and then I'm gonna put these like throughout the garden. I only have 12, 48, 12. I don't know if that's enough, but we'll see. Marigolds are super easy to start yourself. Super easy. All my seed was old. I didn't think marigold seed like would go that get like old that fast. It's not super old, but it's probably 3-4 years old. Not a single one germinated. So the first year when I bought brand new seed, it germinated like crazy. It was gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. And so I need to buy it. This is something I need to buy, so I don't have to buy this myself, like buy the plants myself. But I think that's a nice haul. So I'm really excited about everything that I got. I know I got, so I'm kind of upset because I got a lot of perennials, or I got a lot of annuals. Annuals means they won't come back next year. They're only going to be good for this year. And I honestly don't feel like I got that many things. Like I know I just spent probably 20-30 minutes talking about what I got, but I don't feel like I got that much. And maybe that is me being crazy. But I didn't get like a lot of flowers. I only got a couple of flowers. It was mostly herbs, I think, and vegetables. So anyway, other people are watching us being like, Caitlin, your truck is full. Yes, I have a problem. It could be drugs. That's what I say. It could be drugs. It could be something else. It's not. It's plants, and it's okay. So anyhow, I'm going to start with the spike, get the spike planted. And then the herbs. I'm just gonna start getting in the dirt, getting some stuff planted. But let me go ahead and say thank you guys for hanging out with me now. It's kind of stopping raining, so hopefully the rain stops here soon. Either way, we'll get wet. Getting this stuff in the ground. But I want to say thank you guys for hanging out with me and keeping me company. And I will show you guys what it looks like when all of this stuff is in the ground. So I'm excited for it. Thank you guys for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.